Hi founders, thanks so much for watching the Social Life Diaries, where I help entrepreneurs profit with purpose. I'm Ashlee Tate and I'm with ashleetate.com. So today I have a little bit of a different video because I was recently asked to speak on a panel for a women's summit in Northern California, and I went back to redo my bio, and then I realized I have not introduced myself to you guys. I've never introduced myself, told you my story or what I do or anything. It's always just been straight videos. So today I thought I would actually stop and introduce myself and just share a little bit about what I do and why I do it. So let's jump right in. Okay, so you guys have seen me make lots of mistakes on this channel, like a ton of mistakes. The reason I do those, well, not the reason I make those mistakes, but I mean, I don't really always take out the mistakes and stuff because number one, I was doing my own editing, and number two, I feel like that is me showing up for you 100% authentically. Like, I feel like that is my goal, as if we were sitting down and having coffee together. When I first created my whole YouTube channel and all of that, it was really just to kind of give information on how you could start your nonprofit. Then I started to really see that there was a gap in just information about starting up in general. Not just nonprofits, but just in general, that, you know, realizing that this is a journey, realizing that you can make an impact on the world through your startup and through whatever it is that you decide to do. So I started calling that unleashing your something amazing, because I really do feel like everyone, if they show up authentically, really can create businesses that both create an impact and are something truly amazing. And whatever that is, it's your passion, right? So I have a quote by E.E. Cummings that is perfect for right now because it's something that I live by. And it is that it takes courage to be who you really are. And it does take courage. It takes courage to show up authentically on YouTube, because you know that you can be judged by anyone and everyone. It takes courage to step out and decide that you're going to pursue your passion and pursue your purpose. And so today I just kind of wanted to give you my story on how I arrived here. To start, I think I would always say that, like, I've kind of always had an entrepreneurial spirit, probably more of a serial entrepreneurial spirit too, where, like, I've had event planning businesses, I ran a public relations business, now I run a nonprofit, now I run a for-profit, which is the Social Life. I have just never felt like there are obstacles to starting whatever you want to start. I hope that I can try and communicate that through my channel to a lot of you, that when I say unleash your something amazing, unleash your purpose, I mean that, because there really shouldn't be, and there really isn't much that holds you back, especially in the world that we live in today. You know, if you can write and you can speak, you really can put your purpose out there and you really can build a business. So I don't know, when 5 years ago, when I actually was starting this and kind of considering starting a nonprofit, I was actually running a public relations business at the time and decided to close that down so that I could actually build a business that made an impact. So I chose the nonprofit route for my current business, Launchpad for Kids. And what I came to find is that it took the same principles to run the nonprofit as it does to run the for-profit. One of the main differences that I did find, though, was how we communicate value and how we connect with our customer. And even though they're on similar tracks, it's different because you're not exchanging money for an actual product. Sometimes you're exchanging money just for a purpose or to help someone else achieve their purpose when that person is running a nonprofit. And so you really have to focus on how you're going to communicate that. And so with this channel, I wanted to really focus on helping people build a personal brand and learn communication strategies to help them better connect their purpose with the followers that they had. And if you see me looking down, I just want to make sure I don't miss anything, so I'm trying to stay on track here. I feel like when people connect with a personality or a culture or some sort of mission or purpose through an organization, they are much more likely to really bond and feel vested in that journey, and they want to stick with that journey and learn more about it and support it. That's my goal as a communication strategist here on this channel, that is what I'm trying to show you. How to build your personal brand so that you're actually living your purpose, and then also how to connect your mission or your personality or your culture to the people who want to support it. So just to share a little bit about myself. So I joined the military when I was 17 years old. And I spent 8 years as a reservist, which means that I wasn't full-time active duty Army or whatever, but I would go on the weekends, and I thought I had it pretty awesome. I got my training as a radiology tech doing that. Then I worked doing that, paid my way through college that way, and would go on the weekends to drill, which is what they call it for the military. And then I got deployed. So I got deployed for a year to Germany. Which I really was not happy about. But during that year, I was able to finish my degree in healthcare administration, and also I was able to get married during that time. And then shortly after that deployment, when I came home, I had my first child, my daughter. It was a very exciting time and whatever, kind of a crazy time, but I really am happy that I had that experience, because I mean, that really shaped me in a lot of ways. It allowed me the time to kind of get clarity on what I was interested in. That's how I realized I wasn't really that interested in the degree that I had as a healthcare administrator. And also I knew that we were moving to a much smaller town, so I decided that I would actually go back to school to get a degree in organizational communication, something that I'm extremely passionate about. And that's why I talk a lot about communication strategies, because when you build an organization, you do need to know how you're going to communicate and how you want to communicate your organization's culture, their mission, all of the other things that go along with it. And I found that I had a true passion for that. So going to school wasn't difficult for me. Now, also during that time, I welcomed our son, and then I decided to be a stay-at-home mom while also starting a public relations business, which didn't really work out with trying to be a stay-at-home mom. And I tried to run it as a side hustle, and it quickly became a lot more than that, and more than I could actually handle as far as business was going, and the time that you really need to put into it as a public relations consultant, because you need to be available at all times. So that balance wasn't really working for my family. Well, simultaneously, I had also taken my daughter to her first soccer game, and had realized, like, there is a huge opportunity gap here. And you can read the full story on launchpadforkids.org about how and why I started it up. But basically, there was a child on her team that did not have access to, getting cleats and all of the things that they need, the materials that they needed and equipment they needed to actually start the activity. So my husband and I went out and we got the stuff and gave it back to them anonymously, and we loved that feeling, and we thought that it would be nice for other people to have that same feeling while also impacting a child and giving them the opportunity to fully participate in extracurricular activities. So that's where my something amazing, that's what, that's my passion. That's what I love to do. And that's where that passion to give back kind of came from. About 3 years ago, I started getting questions about how to start a nonprofit, and decided to really share my purpose and what I knew on YouTube, which is still one of my top most popular videos, which is kind of surprising to me sometimes. So anyway, I started to see a natural pattern of phases in unleashing your purpose. And the most difficult was actually going for the 501c3 process, which is when I decided to create my course, which is filled with tutorials and templates and all of that we have now had nearly 80 people go through to achieve their status. So I'm really excited about that course, and I love sharing about it, because I really feel like it started to really help people move through that part of the process a lot easier. Once they move through that process, then I recommend going into the academy, and the academy is basically where I move entrepreneurs through that starting phase, and now they're in the building phase. My goal with the academy and my channel is to really move entrepreneurs through this building phase so they can begin shifting their mindset to running a business and learning the communication strategies to help them connect their purpose to their customers, to their supporters, to their community, in order to show that there is no difference in how we communicate and connect to people. You just have to understand that the difference is your mission and the way that you're going to express that message. Because as a nonprofit, since we are not selling anything directly, like I've said, and we're selling a purpose, we really have to be clear about our messaging and really clear about our mission and our vision and how we connect those to the different areas of our community. But in the end, and this is why I say this, but in the end, we are all just entrepreneurs with a purpose. We are all trying to make an impact. So it's really important that I keep that in mind for both the Academy and my YouTube channel, because I want everyone who is interested in being an entrepreneur who profits with purpose and makes a true impact to understand these different communication strategies to build a personal brand and to understand how you can merge your personal brand and your professional brand to truly unleash your something amazing and connect your purpose. The thing that I have found that people have to understand is that whether you're starting a for-profit or nonprofit, this is all a journey. It's all something that you have to learn how to do. You have to learn how to create that impact. It all starts with you learning how to communicate and connect that vision, okay, to those that are around you. So since I've started this YouTube channel, I've helped hundreds of people unleash their something amazing, and I'm so thankful every time I read a comment on YouTube or I read a comment on my website or on the tribe or on Instagram, anywhere, about all the amazing accomplishments and things that they are doing. That I love seeing this, because what people don't realize is that when you choose to make an impact, you really do become a rising tide. And that brings me to another one of my favorite quotes. A rising tide raises all boats, and it's by JFK, and I really believe that that is what we do when we choose to become an entrepreneur with a purpose. So my goal is really just to help you unleash it, communicate it, and connect it. And really that is the basis of being able to build a sustainable organization. So you can find the links to everything I mentioned today down in the description box, and I'd love to see your comments on the site under the video at ashleetate.com/mystory. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video, taking the time to get to know who I am and what I do. And until next week, I want you to get out there and unleash your something amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.